First, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Black Justice for sending me this story right here. And this one right here is going to blow you away. So I hope y'all are going to sit back, relax, and enjoy as I explain the level of fuckery that is coming from this story right here. And I also have to give a shout out to Kev on stage from All Def Digital, because he just did a very interesting video about why white people make this face that this woman is making right here in her mugshot. Why do they always do it? I thought it was very funny. It's a minute and some change long, and it's ironic that he made that video, and I get this story showing a white woman making that same exact face that she's making right now. But anyway, this story is coming out of Montana, where you have this woman by the name of Samantha Ray Mears, who they say is 19, but she looks older than 19 in this picture. I swear I need to start seeing some ID. And even then I might need to see a birth certificate. I think that might be more accurate. But this woman decided that she wanted to get back with her ex so badly that she literally threatened his life just to do it. So much, in fact, that she broke into his house, pulled out a machete, and held it at his face, and forced him, or tried to force him, to have sex with her. Now, in the article that was sent to me, two things weren't mentioned: rape or sexual assault. And I'm willing to bet that the reason why it wasn't mentioned is because this is a woman who did this. See, they make it seem like women are incapable of raping or sexually assaulting a man. That is far from the truth. As a matter of fact, if they actually put it in these articles or actually put it out there, you'll probably find that it's probably just as many women who sexually assault and rape men as men do women. Now, we already know that that might not always be the case, but see, the numbers need to be produced, but they're not going to produce those because it'll go against everything Me Too and Time's Up is going for, because they say they're going for the sexual assault of women and children. They don't mention men. That's just like Black Lives Matter when they talk about how they're going for the women and children and the LGBT, and they completely disregard the heterosexual black man. Now, I'm curious to know whether or not those Me Too harpies are going to yell and scream about this, because if they are not, in which I know they won't, I'm going to slide on that ass again, as I have been doing for quite some time. I know they're not going to say anything about this. This is a white woman and she's not famous. Oh, they not going to say nothing. But all she did was break into her ex's home and threaten him with a goddamn machete for him to have sex with her. She basically forced this man to have an erection that he most likely didn't want and fuck her with a goddamn machete in her hand. I'm going to read to you a piece from the article. It says, Mears reportedly broke into her ex of 7 years' house Friday while he was away. When he returned, she confronted him with a large knife, demanding that he take off all his clothes and order him to lie on his bed. Fearing bodily harm, the victim complied, and she proceeded to remove her pants and climb on top of him. Mears then began to engage him in sexual intercourse, all while still holding the machete. When he tried to get her to stop, Mears refused and bit him on the arm. After she finished, she sat naked on the bed, brandishing the weapon. At that point, the victim was able to take several photos of her, which he turned over to the police as evidence. They also mentioned how they got into an altercation. You know what this plays out like? This plays out like a bad Lifetime movie. Because then it goes on to say that they got into altercation, they were fighting each other, ripping the clothes and everything. She bit him and everything like that before the police came and finally arrested her ass. But he had to do what he had to do to get, first off, get that machete from within her grasp, because she definitely would have did it. So basically, she forced him to fuck her, all while holding that goddamn machete in her hand. He probably didn't look her in her face. All he could see was that damn machete. He was probably like, let me just hurry up and do this, and so I can get this crazy bitch up off of me. Get the machete far away from her and fight her off as much as I can before the police come. And nowhere in this article does it say that this woman raped or sexually assaulted this man. Nowhere. I just gave you a good chunk of the article of what I just read. I looked at it a couple times, and nowhere does it mention about him being raped or molested or sexually assaulted by this woman. That is some creepy ass shit. Like, imagine your ex showing up to your house unannounced while you're away, and they're sitting there with a weapon in their hand, and they tell you to get on the bed and to fuck them. And if you don't, I'm gonna kill you. See, one or two things could have happened to that guy. He could have either got killed, or she could have pulled a Lorena Bobbitt. Either way, he would have been dead. Because I feel like if you chop off your manhood, you might as well be dead. But this bitch is crazy. She looks crazy, and she is crazy. She needs to be hit with all kinds of charges. Breaking and entering would be one of them. Brandishing that type of weapon would be another. And sexual assault and or rape would definitely be another one. Realize none of those charges have been mentioned in this. It just says that she was arrested. That man needs to find a way to get some charges against her and make those shit stick and send her ass to prison for as long as possibly can. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.